News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, commissioners are considering changes to the local animal shelter. Mountain Valley Physician Group holds a ribbon cutting, and the Nye County Sheriff's offers free self-defense classes for women. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, April 8th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The Nye County Commissioners discussed at their meeting yesterday transferring the Nye County Animal Shelter to the town's jurisdictions throughout Nye County.
A separate motion on there we just can't dictate to the towns that they have to take it over. We have to take a separate motion on there we just can't dictate to the towns that they have to take it over.
Yes, I made that motion that we send them there. This has to be agendized for the town, and then for us to take action as a town to accept them. But the action we took a few days ago to go out to RFP, RFQ kind of covers this situation too.
The town of Pahrump does not have a police department, so we have no way as a town to take into possession animals. We've had a shelter down here that the county has been funding. And it was under my impression, after meeting with Pam Webster, that the county commissioners had agreed in the motion that Dan made on March the 3rd that the town of Pahrump would take over the responsibility. Now, to me, that was passing financial responsibilities that the county had undertaken by establishing the shelter system to begin with onto the backs of the taxpayers of Pahrump. We've already had 3 tax increases in the town of Pahrump in the last couple of years, where taxes keep going up, and I would think a $225,000 additional expense on the taxpayer was unwarranted. It's something that should be discussed amongst the people of Pahrump. We have no advisory boards. We have no way of going forward with this. So
I suggest that on the next meeting we have something and vote as a town whether we will take it. But we did vote as a town board already to go out to RFQ.
And 3 local residents have been arrested for various charges, including attempted murder for a stabbing that took place on Hall Avenue. The victim apparently has a child with the male involved, according to police. The victim said the child's father, Andre Longmire Jr., lured her outside of her home where she was attacked by Longmire, his current girlfriend, Toya Talley, and her mother, Stella Talley. The victim was airlifted to Las Vegas Hospital with a collapsed lung after transporting herself to Desert View for the stab wound. Stella Talley, the girlfriend's mother, was arrested on charges of attempted murder and battery. Andre Longmire was arrested for charges of domestic battery, battery with use of a deadly weapon, child endangerment, and kidnapping. Longmire's girlfriend, Toya Talley, was taken into custody for battery, child endangerment, and obstruction. After deliberating for 11 and a half hours, jurors found Dzhokhar Tsarnaev guilty of all 30 counts he faced in the Boston Marathon bombing trial. 17 of the 30 counts were capital charges, meaning he is eligible for the death penalty. The trial will next move to the penalty phase, where the jury will hear testimony and arguments from both sides and ultimately be tasked with deciding whether Tsarnaev, who is 21 years old, will be executed. The start date of the penalty phase has not yet been set. A ribbon cutting was held at Mountain Valley Physicians Group this morning on South Highway 160.
Hi, welcome. This is a delightful morning. You know, we just couldn't be more pleased to have the grand opening and ribbon cutting for Mountain Valley Physicians Group here at 370 South Highway 160 in Pahrump. Dr. Rivas and Dr. Dugals are here. We're accepting patients. every day, and just delighted for this open house to be here. We're delighted that Desert View Hospital can expand its footprint out into the community. And so with that said, I think we can get on with the ribbon cutting, and thank you all for being here today.
Wonderful. I'm very pleased that this event took place today. Very happy to encourage all the patients to set an appointment for our clinic here. We see patients from all ages, and our phone number is 775-413-6025.
You're a family practice physician.
Absolutely. Family practice, residency trained physician, and again, we see all patients.
Kelly, tell me a little bit about expanding the footprint of Desert View Hospital down here on the south end of town.
Well, thank you, and again, appreciate your participation here. You're always so good at covering these events for us, and we couldn't be more pleased with Dr. Rivas and the Dr. Dugals that are here, and and this new clinic out here on South 160 is that of expanding our footprint. Reaching more into the Artesia and to the Mountain Falls and to the citizens just to the west. It's about quality care and availability of care. And it's terrific physicians like Dr. Rivas that we're in a position now to reach out to the community just a little bit more.
It's a beautiful office here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's new. We worked with the landlords, and they totally have redone the inside. Even if we can't make it today for an open house, I think our managers would welcome the citizens to come down anytime to take a look around the inside of the clinic, and hopefully you'll get in here in a few minutes. They've done a terrific job. So Dr. Rivas and Dr. Dugals just have a brand new clinic setting to practice quality health care in.
What's so important about this office is that you are open once again to all ages. So if from newborns to 99, you can come down here to Mountain Valley Physicians Group and be seen.
Absolutely. From newborns to geriatrics, and in between, we see all ages, yes.
And for more information, that number once again?
775-413-6025.
When we return, today's health tip will address the leading causes of strokes.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Worldwide hypertension or high blood pressure is the leading cause of stroke. In China, an estimated 300 million people have hypertension, increasing their risk of stroke. For much of the Chinese population, blood levels of folate, an essential B vitamin, are also low. A new study examined whether folic acid supplementation combined with an antihypertensive medication would reduce the risk of developing a first stroke.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Monitoring blood pressure can help identify individuals at risk for developing hypertension, which, if not controlled, can increase the risk of stroke.
Stroke is responsible for approximately 1.5 million deaths each year in China. Clearly, there is an urgency there to develop a cost-effective strategy to halt and reverse the upward trend of a stroke in China.
Dr. Xiaobin Wang from Johns Hopkins University and co-authors studied more than 20,000 Chinese adults who had high blood pressure but no history of stroke or heart attack. The patients lived in 32 communities across 2 Chinese provinces. Baseline folate levels were measured, and participants were screened for a specific gene that regulates how folate is metabolized by the body, and then grouped by those results. Within each of those 3 groups, patients were randomly assigned to receive a common antihypertensive medication and folic acid, or antihypertensive medication alone. Treatment and follow-up lasted 5 years.
The patients who received antihypertension treatment plus folic acid had a significant reduction in the risk of first stroke. In fact, the reduction is about 21%. We didn't find a significant difference between the 2 treatment groups in terms of frequencies of adverse events.
The benefits from using folate to prevent stroke were most notable among participants with lower baseline folate levels.
This offers a simple and safe treatment to prevent stroke, particularly in China.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
In China and other parts of Asia, folate deficiency is more common both because of low folate intake in the diet and low rates of folic acid supplementation. Former Nevada Attorney General Catherine Cortez Masto says she will run for Harry Reid's Senate seat in 2016. The Democrat made the announcement today. She says she left her new job as the executive vice chancellor for the Nevada System of Higher Education on Tuesday to launch her campaign. The news comes less than 2 weeks after Reid said he would not run for a sixth term. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid announced that he is blind in one eye after an exercise accident on New Year's Eve at his home in Henderson. The Nye County Sheriff's Office proudly offers free women's self-defense classes quarterly.
They come, they learn how not to be a victim, they learn little tips, and then we get out there and we get down and dirty with actual fighting and how to save themselves.
Yesterday kind of consisted of like more classroom kind of learning, and then today is the physical stuff. Is that how it's going?
Yeah, yesterday morning from about 8:30 to about noon we did classroom, and then from 1 to the end of the day they were doing hands-on, just some repetition this morning. It continued, and now after lunch, now it's going to get into the red man where they have to actually apply what we went over the last little bit.
How many of these people are repeat classroom participants?
Today, actually, we don't have any repeats here. We did have some alumni come in yesterday and stop in. Weekend being with time frame and stuff, it didn't work out for our repeats. So this weekend, we had a full class of new women. We had 20 women. We've also done some private classes. Recently, in last October, we did the Women's Army National Guard that Heather had set up for us. They loved it. It was great. They've invited us back. Hopefully we'll get to do that again. And then also I have another group in town from one of the doctor's office. I actually had to turn her group away because she had too many people that would overfill this class. So she's looking to do a private like one with us too on the weekend. So I mean, even if there's a group out there that wants to do a private, as long as there's at least 10 or more, perfect class size is anywhere from 10 to 20. So as long as we can get a group of 10, we can look at our calendars and see what we can do to do another class.
Call the Nye County Sheriff's Office?
Yep, 751-7000.
I like the safety tips that they teach you, how to stay safe in your own home and your vehicle away from home. Things that once you've learned them, you think might be common knowledge, but really it's not. Things to look for in your environment and where you are and how to stay alert and just prevent yourself from becoming a victim by being prepared and aware.
How'd you hear about it?
A friend, she heard about it and invited me. I had no...
There's nothing not to like. It's on hands, it's awesome, it's free, unbelievable that it is free, that the instructors are amazing. They take as much time as you need to go over the steps. You're not only, there's a class for a couple of hours, and it was our class. It was about us, and they were here to teach us. It's amazing.
More news after this break.